These are interesting times we're living in, and I know that you've been pretty outspoken about what's going on in the country. In an interview, you said that Trump being so popular is really an example of why feminism is so important, and that you were grateful in a way that he was bringing it all to the forefront. What did you mean by that exactly?
Well, it's always best, no matter what you're dealing with, to try to find the positive side of it and to find the hope. Because if there's no hope, I mean, what are we doing here, right? So sometimes you need an adversary to wake yourself up. And I'm very proud that the largest protest in the history of the United States was the Women's March in D.C. And I was there, and it was a beautiful day. And my father was there, my brother was there, my mom, my girlfriends. It was intersectional feminism. So no matter what country you were from, what your gender identity, sexual orientation, or preference, everyone was there fighting for equal rights for all. And I wonder if that would have happened. No, I don't wonder. It didn't happen a few years ago. A few years ago, when I was saying I was a feminist, I noticed that a lot of young women were nervous to say that about themselves. Just like women in the past were nervous to say that they were suffragettes. Suffragettes just means that you believe that women should be able to vote. But there was a huge population of women that were afraid to say that. And in the past, there was a huge population of women who were afraid to say that they were a feminist. And now I've noticed men coming forward and saying that they're feminists. And people realizing if one group is being discriminated against, all groups are. And I think that is from having an adversary.
How concerned are you for women, given the sort of policies that may be put in place, and really the Supreme Court perhaps changing its current balance?
I'm very concerned in terms of health care for women. I was raised by single women in my family, and I saw what they gave up so I could be where I am today. I saw my grandmother, my mother, they lived in a time when birth control wasn't, my grandmother, it wasn't an easy thing for her to get, or she didn't necessarily have education about sexual health and pregnancy and all of that. I'm the first woman in my family to not be pregnant as a teenager, first one to go to college. And I believe that's because I had sexual education. I had access to birth control. It gave me choices in my life. I think when you take that away from women, you are taking women out of the workforce. You're taking women out of colleges. I think it's a very dangerous thing. We've seen what's happened in Texas, where the mortality rate of women, maternity mortality rate has doubled since they've lost a lot of their Planned Parenthood clinics. So I think I'm very concerned. I know I'm very concerned when it comes to women's health care in this country. But we need to be loud, and we need to fight for it. And I'm very protective of single mothers. There was one representative who said that taking away the right to choose forces women to be more responsible. 80% of single-family homes are raised by women. I don't think women need to be taught to be more responsible. They're the ones raising the children.
And birth control isn't foolproof.
Yeah, exactly.